what's going on today, guys? Welcome back to Lone Wolf 902. I'm just out on the trail, kind of cruising around, checking out some locations that I scouted out in the winter time. And now that we got some sunshine and you see all the snow's gone, I figured I'd come out on the bike and do a little touring around and see what those areas look like now without any snow. So I figure while I'm out here, I've been getting a lot of questions about my bike, what it is, what I got on it. So today I got it loaded full of all my stuff that I would have on there if I were to go on a long bike packing trip. And I actually got a few bike packing trips that are coming up in the near future. So I figured I'd take the time today and show you guys exactly what's on my bike and what I got going on. Okay guys, so we're kind of battling the clouds a little bit. We got some clouds rolling in, so we're gonna have some sunlight and some cloud and whatnot, but we'll have to roll with it. So, I'm going to start up here on the front of the bike. Well, no, first of all, I'll start with what the bike is. So, starting off, my bike is a medium-sized frame, and it is a Rocky Mountain Blizzard. There's, I believe there's 3 tiers to the Blizzard. There's like the Blizzard 10, 20, and 30. I can't remember. There's like the bottom tier, the middle tier, and then the higher tier. And this is the middle tier. So, this is a 2018 model. I got it on clearance. It was basically year-end clearance, and I got a really great deal on it. I ended up selling a bunch of gear that I didn't need anymore, and I had, you know, just money kicking around from that. And I had to get rid of my last fat bike a few years ago for financial reasons and whatnot. And I figured, you know what? I just sold a bunch of gear. Why not go back and grab another one again, because I really missed it. So here it is, Rocky Mountain Blizzard. So I figure we'll start up at the front of the bike. That seems to be the busiest area. So right off the bat, you can see Maxxis. I run Maxxis tires front and rear. The front and the rear are both 4.8 inches wide. And right here we got the Minion FBF, and on the rear we got the Minion FBR. And it's quite a knobby tire. I run this in the wintertime in snow. If you guys have been sticking around on my channel, you would know that, well, you would have seen a couple of videos of me out on this. And these tires hook up really, really well in the snow. I haven't had any issues with them. I air them down to about 5 PSI. Right now, I think we're up to about 8 or 9 PSI because I came in on a trail. It's a little bit harder. And yeah, I love these tires. Really, really great. So if you guys are wondering about that in the snow and mud and sand, definitely go with these guys. So that's what we got going on for tires. I got my fenders on here. This is a new edition, actually. They were off Amazon. I think I paid $25 for them, which was out of this world, because just for a front fender from off Amazon, the same thing that was actually name brand was like $70 for a good one. So when I saw the front and rear for like 24, 25 bucks, I was like, you know what? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And if it does, I'm going to be a lucky guy. And guess what? They work. So I got my front fender, and I got the other piece of the front fender back here. I got 2 water bottles. I'll show you guys that. So here you guys can see a little different shot of the front end of the bike. Got my fender here. I got 2 water bottles. So these are each 1 liter each. And then I got a 3rd water bottle on the frame of my bike. So that's my hydration setup. I got 3 liters of water that I carry on the bike. As you see, I got 1 in the front, 2 on the other fork in the front, and then 1 right here on my frame. I do have 2 more screws here that are tapped and threaded for another bottle cage. I'm going to leave it empty for now because I don't really see a need for me to have more than 3 liters of water at a time. I like lakes, I like rivers. I'm constantly camping by rivers and lakes. So I would use my Katadyn or my Mini Sawyer and basically filter some water on the trail and bottle it and throw it on the bike. And it's awesome having it on the bike because that means I don't have to pack it in my pack. I can put some weight on the bike and yeah, do it that way. Works out really good. So I'm going to leave this spot empty for now. But yeah, I take you guys around the rear. So on the rear of the bike, as I mentioned before, I got the front and rear fender. This is the rear fender here, standard clip, hooks right onto the seat, and then it has 2 adjustment points, so you can kind of angle it to however you need it for your bike. I'll show you guys a closer view of how these are mounted after I go over the whole bike. Like I said, Minion FBR in the rear, 4.8 inches, excellent tire. Disc brakes all around, of course. Under my seat, this is my maintenance pouch basically. So inside of this pouch, I have one tube, I have a multi-tool, and I also have a CO2 pump to pump up the tire. And I have one of the large canisters, not the little ones. I got one of the really big ones and the small one that I carry on my in my pack on the trail. So this pack is just basically bike repair. I got my gel seat cushion. Comfort. These things look goofy, and I never like the way they look, so I typically ride with it off. I went ahead and put it on for the purpose of this video. I will use this only on my second day. So my first day of riding, going through the woods and trails and bumping up and down, you know, you get a sore butt. So I'll ride with this off, and then the second day, when I hit the trail after I break down camp, I'll throw this on, and I'll use it just for a little bit of padding and comfort. So that's on there right now. And I'll take you up here to my cockpit bag, basically. So coming back to the front of the bike, I went ahead with one of these gas tank cockpit type bags. And what I got in here right now is a new addition, actually. I've had it for a couple weeks now, and I haven't said anything on the channel because I wanted to see if you guys would notice any difference in the video. Last 3 videos for my cinematic type shots, I've been using my cell phone, and it seems to be working great. So if you guys have been on the channel for a while, you would have seen my video way back where I talked about cell phones, and I haven't had one, and I don't like them. I still don't like them. I have this guy, and just certain things in my life with children and whatnot kind of demanded that I get a cell phone. And so I kind of weighed the pros and cons of it, and the pros were I can go multiple places now, because before I used to have to get dropped off, and then I would tell my pickup where to pick me up and what time. Now I can change that plan on the fly because I got my phone. I get to say goodnight to my kids, which makes me feel like I'm not missing out on anything, which is really cool. And GPS, I can map out places where I want to go on the bike long term, so it's really good. And it's through my company, so my employer offers me a really great deal on plans. So the phone was no charge, and my monthly bill is really cheap, so it was kind of a win-win. So I went ahead and got a Galaxy S9 Plus, and that's what I'm using only for a secondary camera and for photos for my Instagram and for video for the channel. Other than that, it's basically turned off. I turn it on at bedtime when my kids go to bed. I give them a quick call, say goodnight, and then I shut off again. So that's what's on the top of the pack. And then inside the pack, just your standard type zipper opens up. I have 2 straps here, which I'll tell you what those are for in a second. And basically this whole area is open where this camera goes that you guys are watching through right now. And I'll throw in a couple little snacks, a granola bar and whatnot, so I can just unzip while I'm riding, grab it, eat, and I don't have to stop at all while I'm on the trail. So that works really good for that, and it's on there solid. Like, I was honestly surprised. I thought it was going to bounce around. It really doesn't. Grabbed this guy at Walmart. It was on sale for 10 bucks. The brand is Bell, so pretty generic brand. And that's what's going on up front. So like I was saying, I got these 2 straps, and they're both adjustable. So go ahead and put one down. So basically what I do with these guys, you'll notice I don't have a handlebar rack. Like you see, a lot of people will have the clip-on pack so they can pack their sleeping bag on the front of the handlebars. I didn't want to get something permanent because all my stuff is really lightweight and really compact, and the only bulky thing that I really have in my bag is water, and that's out of my bag now because it's all over my bike. So I didn't want to do something permanent. Instead, I kind of thought the option of, if I do want to put something on my handlebars, I could pack a smaller bag and I could put light stuff on the handlebars, and then I could just have a really small backpack on. So that's what these guys are for. They're adjustable straps. I basically put one over here and then one on the other side. And what I would do is, I have a big dry sack at home. So if I'm out in my hammock, what I would do is I would just put my hammock and my 2 synthetic underquilts in that dry bag. I'd bundle it up, and I would basically take these straps and pop it right on the front of the handlebars, and that's out of the pack. And now I could just take like a 20-liter pack on my bike and make it that much easier to ride. So that's what these guys are for. The other things I got going on up here is I got this little light mount, and I have my little GoPro mount here for my camera, just for shooting different angles. But this guy's really neat. I got this as a Christmas gift. It is an Olight product. Go ahead and open this up. So if you read, it says Olight right there, and it basically got these little rubber kind of stretch clips, and it clips on there. And then this guy's open, and you can move it forwards and backwards. So what I do with this is I wear a headlamp when I ride, and I also put my flashlight right in here, and this snaps down like that. So essentially what I got is I got a 600 lumen headlamp that I wear, and I put that on flood mode because it's a zoomable lens. So I'll put that all the way in so it's on flood, so I'll have a really nice picture in front of me at nighttime. And I'll basically take this guy up here on my handlebars, and I'll kind of angle it down a bit so it's directly in front of my tires, so I can see exactly what I'm coming up on. So if there's a root, or if there's a patch of ice in the wintertime or whatever, I can see what's down at the tire, and then I can also see what's ahead of me, whatever I'm looking at from my headlamp. And that's basically all the light that I use. And I gotta tell you, I was cruising down these trails up here this winter, and it was probably about 9 o'clock at night, pitch black, fresh snow. The headlamp and that lit the whole forest up, and I had no problem seeing it downhill going fast, and that was a blast. So yeah, so that's pretty much my bike in a nutshell. I'm not going to go into the whole specs of like my gear ratios and all that stuff. The bike is all stock other than the add-ons that I put on. I don't ride it hard, like I don't ride real hard downhill on this. I grew up riding BMX, and my body just can't handle it anymore, so I wanted a different means of covering more ground faster and basically exploring more, and this was the option for me, and it's a load of fun. So that's basically my bike, and I'll give you guys a quick little spin around, and you guys can kind of see what I got going on for there. As far as the fenders go, before I let you guys go, I'll post a link down in the description for these guys. I had to modify it a little bit on the front fork. As you guys can notice, got some dirt bikes in the background. As you guys can notice, I did have to modify this front fender. It is a single bracket. The front part was okay. I had to bend that up a little bit, but you can see there's a little plug that goes in the bottom of the fork with a Allen wrench screw, and you see this little wonky bend right where my finger is. That's where it used to bend. I bent this whole piece out straight, and then I put the downward bend right there, and that basically got the fender up off the tire. If I didn't do that, the fender would be completely rubbing on the tire no matter what, and obviously you can't ride like that. So I did have to modify it, but I'll go ahead and drop a link to the front and rear fender. They come as a kit, so I'll put that down in the description if you guys are wondering. They do have great coverage, and like I said, I'll take you for a spin around the bike and basically end the video like that. Just a quick one today, but yeah, if you guys have any questions on the bike, feel free to drop down in the comment section or message me on my Instagram. I got plenty of photos on my bike on my Instagram. I also have a few videos that I've already done riding the bike, so if you guys haven't seen that, check out those videos, and have yourself a good day. Catch you in the next video.